Good morning. Today we're going to actually begin into talking about our trig, and I know it seems kind of silly because of this worksheet. Doing fraction conversions. You can see that here at the top of this worksheet, which I have also provided a clean copy of this in Google Classroom for you to be able to complete. But this one, we're just trying to change all of our fractions so they have a same denominator of 12. And this is something that we will be working quite a bit with. Why are we going to do that? Let's take a look at some graph paper that we will be using when we start graphing trig functions. On this piece of graph paper, you can see on the x-axis, everything is marked in radian measure. Starts at 0 there at the origin, then it goes pi, 2 pi, 3 pi going to the right, negative pi, negative 2 pi going to the left. Let's take a closer look between 0 and 1 pi. If you count how many little marks are in between that, you can see that there are 12 little markings. Thus, we're going to be changing everything into 1/12 pi. So each little mark counts as 1/12 pi. If we would take a look at problem 10, that one is 2 pi over 3. We would need to convert 2 pi over 3 so it has a denominator of 12. Doing that, you can see that that would be 8 pi over 12. So if you would plot this point, you would go 8 units, 8 little marks to the right, and up 1 unit would put that marking, such as this. And then you can be able to look at the other ones, convert each one into twelfths. And then once you have that, you can be able to move up or down. This is a good exercise for you to practice your graphing. When we start graphing our trig functions, we will be putting everything on graph paper such as what I've shown here. I've included a picture of this. I'll also include some for you on Google Classroom. When we get back to school, I'll have you pick up 8 or 10 sheets of these to help you to be able to do your homework on. So don't bother copying any of it right now. I'll have plenty of copies for you when you return to school. For the last thing I want to do today is be able to talk about the beginning graph. We want to graph y equals sine x. And on this graph, this is the most basic. Understand it takes 5 points to be able to graph y equals sine x. Our first point is going to start at the origin. So if we put one big dot at the origin, that's our starting point. The ending point is 2 pi. So we put it out here at 2 pi. Now, if we take the point halfway in between the starting point and the ending point, that also falls on the x-axis. So we would have the middle point being here at pi. There's 3 of our points. Now, the sine curve starts out positive. It will rise steadily up to 1. So if we went halfway between 0 and pi, that would be here at half pi, it would have a maximum of 1 unit. So we would have a maximum up here of 1. And then if we went halfway between pi and 2 pi, that would be 1.5 pi or 3/2 pi. It actually is in the negative region. So it would come down to a negative 1. So here you can see we have 5 points. We then want to draw a smooth curve passing through those dots. That would consist of a sine curve. Basically, that's all that I want you to understand today is just the beginnings of what a sine curve looks like. We will continue with this tomorrow, but today your main assignment, complete that first worksheet and just start getting the understanding of how to use that graph paper. Have a great day.